Welcome to the Honey Soul Child Bottega YouTube channel, where we explore the hidden realms of the soul, harness the power of energy shifts, and embark on a profound healing journey beyond religious beliefs. Channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. As the future is not set in stone, we encourage you to use the messages as guidance, taking what resonates and leaving what does not. Remember, your interpretation matters most, and you have the power to shape your own destiny. Rising everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am your chakra priestess, here to do a numerology talk, specifically with the universal year of 2024. This is my third time recording this. This is my third time recording this gist of it. So 2024, as everyone say, the year of exposure. Well, let's see how is being broken down and why things are happening the way it is. So without further ado, if you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. For those who are new here, welcome, and I appreciate you being here. So let's go ahead and get down to the business. So the universal year of 8, aka 2024. How do we go about getting those numbers? Is basically just adding all the digits up for the year of 2024. So basically you're just adding them up. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 0 is basically counts itself out, as it will always do in regular math, right? So that's how we will get the number 8 in that sequence. The overall theme of the 8 in my eyes, and also in general aspects, this is like not only it's things coming shedding light on what's been hidden, but also stepping into your power as well, going forth so you can be at your highest potential, taking charge of your life, meaning prioritizing prioritizing what is working and removing what does not. And also money is associated with the number 8 as well, as we're making progress throughout the year. So on a numerology aspect with the number 8, I'm going to bring this book out because I did take some cliff notes, but I just want to read this segment to you all for starters. So as it states in this book with numerology, it's all about stepping into your power. Now, the number 8 seems more obvious than meaning what it really is. On the surface, the 8 seems to be all about money and success through material things, but look more deeply and you can see that the 8 carries with this energy the vibe of the good stewardship and a smart use of resources. Right ambition describes the number 8. When you see this number, you know you are in the territory of big goals and ideas. Right away, the vibe might have you thinking of people such as Oprah, Martha Stewart, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. They run companies, live in big houses, have a lot of money, and enjoy fame and ostensibly power too. But look more deeply at these people reveals profound truths about the number 8. Each one is a visionary. All make it possible, as well as for the people who work under them to express their own ambitions, and for the masses to benefit the fruits of that work. When the number 8 gets right, the result is something that expands opportunity and spreads rewards beyond the individuals who set the ambitions in motion. Okay, that basically whatever person has started an organization or is taking charge of a situation, has visualized and put it into action, the people who are surrounding them would also benefit them as well, which I'll get further along with that. I'll explain further along in the video with that. It also says, remember our Picasso quotation early in the chapter in the discussion of the artwork number 3, I do not search, I find. And remember when we add the numbers in Picasso's birth date, chapter 1, we came up with the number 8. Picasso reveals the clear eye of a visionary, an artist with a perspective so profound it shapes artistic vision through generations. An artist with a perspective so profound it shapes artistic visions through generations. His granddaughter Marina wrote that Picasso uses drawings as currency, something only an artistic genius following the destiny of the number 8 might dare to do. The 8's power to change the world does come at a price, though. 8 energy is expensive. You may experience the joys of building a custom design architect built home and enjoy living in it, but you also have to fully participate in the home's upkeep, landscaping, furnishing, and oh yeah, you have to pay the mortgage. Visions are dear. When the 8 vibes spirals out of control, its stakes gets higher and higher and the power becomes elusive and harder to hold on to. The 8 energy might turn ruthless. The big idea can narrow to a tunnel vision, leaving a visionary blinded to what's really happening. No longer able to shape forces, the 8 may now find itself being shaped by forces out of control. If this happens, some kind of downsizing of the vision will take place. If the 8 holds the vibe of ambition and expresses its vision with humility and right action, then the 8 will make this world a better place for everyone. That is definitely given like Aquarian energy just by the last bit of that notion. So the number 8, it also depicts humanitarian as well, the characteristics of a humanitarian. So the strengths of the number 8 is as if you have a life path of number 8, and then take this into consideration as we're in the universal 8 as well. The strengths of the 8 is practical, good with material, good with material side of things, and leadership. And weaknesses could be power seeker and status. Okay. So that's some things to look out for whenever you're seeing things break in the media, on all platforms in that nature. All right. Now, also to go in further with just the cliff notes of the life path of 8 as well as the number 8 itself. Characteristics, as it was explained before, is visionaries. They can have quite an expensive taste, and might be ruthless, and as part of the downfall, or as a con per se, on that notion. The vibe for the number 8 is ambition that expresses its vision with humility and taking the right action. That way the world could be a better place for everyone. So that's basically Aquarian energy all the way on that one. The surface level of the number 8 is just basically, as stated before, money, success through material things, as well as going deeper with that, or following through with that, with those couple of pointers, is good stewardship and resourceful, as well as big goals and ideas. And then far as the karmic version of the number 8 could result to avoiding dealing with material things, poor judgment with regarding to financial matters, and putting your ego above your senses. In other words, your ego is getting in the way of what is greater, is good for yourself as well as others around you, and how it could affect their day-to-day lives, right? And then be the boss and take care of business without trampling other people. You need to help others and resist the fear of poverty. So those are some characteristics regarding to the karmic side of the number 8. Also, the number 8 turned sideways is the affinity symbol. So it's like infinite, it's never ending. There's no point, there's no start point, there's no ending point. Okay. Now, going deeper into breaking down the universal year 8 on how I see things through, because you know me, I like to break it down even more further so we can get a clear vision on what could happen and what has already transpired. Now, with the planets associated with the number 8, I associated with the astrological sign that's associated with it. Okay, meaning Scorpio. Scorpio is the 8th zodiac sign in the astrological cycle. Okay, so if you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my notes just so I can stay on track. So so Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, the astrological cycle, which is I transform. Scorpios are known to be magnetic, powerful, intense, persevering, passionate, and could be extreme at times. Scorpios are fixed signs, so they're on the stable side of the water signs, because Cancer, it starts a season. Scorpio is in the middle of the season, and then Pisces is the end of a season, right? So just like we're in Pisces season right now as I'm recording. We're in the ending of a season, literally ending of a year. So with the fixed signs, they're known to be stable, persistent, they're willful, driven, but also on the flip side, they can be stubborn and be resistant to change, which that is a contradiction, a living contradiction right there, because Scorpio is all about transforming, it's all about change. But with it being a fixed sign, I guess they're a little bit Scorpios are more calculated and in trying to execute the idea. Okay, and I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, so hey. Now, like I said before, Scorpio is a water sign. Water signs are known to be emotional, sensitive, but protective and responsive, as well as nurturing and psychic. Okay, so they're great at being detectives. Water signs, they're great at being detectives because they're not, they are able to feel that you're lying or not. Okay, because since their water signs is dealing with your feelings and emotions, right? So they're more inclined to feel that you're lying. Okay, feel something is going on with you. Following through with Scorpio being the 8th sign of the zodiac sign, it is associated with the 8th house. Okay, the 8th house represents personal resources, power, and how you affect the world around you. And also the phrase associated with the 8th house is I circulate, shared resources. Okay, meaning with adult extracurricular activities, dealing with DEATH. Okay, transitioning in layman's terms, as well as letting go, regeneration, and utilizing other people's resources and sharing as well. With Scorpio, it is associated with Pluto, but originally it was associated, well, it still is, if you're like me, you want to get technical with things because that's how you see things through to a certain degree. Now, with Scorpio, its original planet was Mars, still is Mars, but the original planet is Mars, which deals with warrior, assertive, physical energy, action, ego in that sector. Okay, is the planet of windmilling, to say the least. But being assertive on how to navigate that anger department. Okay, that's the, you might as well say that's the planet that is the fire belly, right? That gets you to charge up and do what is necessary to make it happen. Also, in the newer version format, it is associated, Scorpio is associated with the planet Pluto. So Pluto is dealing with power, destruction, rebirth, generation, and transform. And as you can see time and time again within this news, really at the start of the year, but it has been like that ever since the test of time, right? But definitely is playing its prevalence this year of there is power destruction, there is a sense of rebirth that's approaching us within a couple of weeks, as well as a lot of regeneration, a lot of transformation, whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically, emotional wise. There is a significant change that is going to transpire within this year, to say the least. Okay. And that's what I have for that portion. And we're going to move forward to the tarot aspect on how I, again, go a little bit deeper. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. We're going to go into the tarot aspect and how that can play a factor, or how it, coordinates with what I'm speaking about with the Universal 8. So we can get a clear vision of how we can harness that energy and stay on the high vibrational frequency, for that matter. Okay, so the cards, the tarot cards, the major arcana cards to be exact, that is associated with the number 8. Well, first things first is the strength card. Okay, the strength card is associated with Leo. Leo is dealing with courage, and they are the father signs of the zodiac. They're very heart-centered. They are very caring, loving. However, on the flip side, they can be a little egotistical. Hey, don't. It can be result to a little egotistical action that plays. That it's all right, because I have a son that's a Leo. Okay, Leos, don't tear me up in the comment section. All right, I love y'all. All right. But yes, they are known to be very heart-centered. When they love hard. They care, they're loyal in all sorts of things. Also with the strength card as major arcana, there we go, here we go. The strength card in the major arcana, in an overall aspect, it deals with knowing that you're stronger than what you know. Because you may think you're wanting to okay, Pluto, come on now. You may think you want to give up, but at the same time, in order to progress on the fool's journey, you have to be able to continue and persevere and have that strength to keep moving forward, even though the chaos is happening in the background or in the forefront. You still have the whatever avenues that you're able to control. You focus on that and try not to dwell on the things that you cannot control in that matter. On the spiritual aspect, it's all about being brave and trusting in your inner strength. The career and money wise is all about having confidence and resistance, not resistance, oh my gosh, having the confidence and being persistent in your career, whether it's putting power into your voice, vocalizing what you would like for the company to do in order for you to stay within the company, or if you feel like your calling is elsewhere, well, it is that time to do so. But be strategic about it. Okay, have something in line before that happens. Okay. And on the love aspect with the strength card, it's all about being confident. It's all about putting yourself out there and meeting new people, which is definitely what I'm doing. Not on the love aspect, but definitely just getting myself out there more. I had a rough start of the year. So I'm just gradually making my presence back into creating more content because, like I said, it was rough. Um, of the chain of events that happened within that first 2 months of the year. Okay. Now, following through on the later spectrum of the Fool's Journey, because the Strength card is about learning to overcome the obstacles, learning to recover, and having the strength to having the confidence to keep moving forward and tame your inner ego. Excuse me. Okay. And notice in this card here, there's the infinity sign here. Hello. Okay. Now, moving forward in the mastering spectrum of the major arcana and tarot, we have the star card. So this is Aquarius energy. Okay. So we just left that Aquarius season, and ironically, I built up this script in Scorpio season, right? I recorded it in Aquarius season. I didn't like how it was formatted then, and here I am in Pisces season recording this again for a third time. But anyway, Aquarius energy is all about futuristic, visionary, and intelligence, because Aquarius is an air sign. Air sign deals with the intellect and the mindset of as an individual, right? So with the star card, it's all about hope and healing. Okay, even though we went through the fire, yeah, even though we went through the fire, there is hope and healing in and at the end. Okay, when it rains, it pours. When there's a storm, there's always a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, on the reverse aspect of the star card is just having the loss of faith or being disconnected to the source. Aquarius, well, I'll get to that in a minute, because I was about to tell y'all the chakra associated with it, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But on the general aspect with the star card, it's all about lifting up your spirits after a time of painful or violent transformation, as well as getting back into the creative flow by the gifts that you have, that has been bestowed upon you. Okay. On the love aspect with the star card, it's all about healing from a prior relationship with a prior relationship or within the current one. So if you experience a loss within a prior relationship, it can be in any spectrum. It's important to begin healing whenever you are ready from that prior relationship and actually closing the chapter all the way before you move on to the next one, because you want to when you want to move into another relationship with a fresh start, you don't want to carry any hard feelings or baggage along the way in that matter. Okay. And then far as on the career aspect, we have you in the guided in the career aspect with the star card, it's all about being guided towards opportunities to advance in your career. Because again, Aquarius is all about, future thinking, forward thinking, breaking from the mold, being independent. So if you're feeling called to break out of the mold and create your own table, it's a fine time to do it. Okay, just be very strategic and take risks that you feel in your heart that you're willing to take. Okay. And then on the spiritual aspect of the star card, it's all about healing from the past and feeling hopeful for the future. So that's basically recovery at that point. Okay, so now that we have gotten through the tarot aspect of learning to have the strength to move forward, so we can continue to have the hope and faith and pour pour into each other's cup when needed, and being the visionaries that we all are capable of being. It's time to move into the chakra focus, or the chakra focus. Okay, so the chakra focus that I have broke down in my terms regarding to the universal 8. So what I have put together is the overall, meaning the beginning of the year. I wouldn't say per se the start of the year like in January. I would say more of within this month, within the astrological year, meaning the year starts in Aries, specifically in mid-March. It's all about creating. Okay, sacral chakra. The overall, since Scorpio is associated with the 8th house, right? And Scorpio is all about change and transformation. I mean, I associate it with the sacral chakra because the sacral chakra holds the reproductive system, reproductive organs, and that's part of co-creation, right? And Scorpio, the glands, the organs that are associated with this with Scorpio is the reproductive portion, right? So like I said, the overall theme of the universal 8 is definitely hands down the sacral chakra. Okay, hands down. And you could be dealing with your feelings and emotion. There's going to be a lot of emotions. There's possibly going to be because the sacral chakra now, if you've been watching my readings, and I'll probably do a separate video on this notion, but anyway, the sacral chakra not only holds your feelings and emotions, it also holds dealing with inner child, or childhood upbringing. It deals with parenting. It deals with relationships in all forms, specifically the relationships between you and your parents, as well as you and your children, and you and your spouse. Okay, but it does deal with relationships in all aspects, because that's how you are able to create the business you want, create the passion project you want, create the children that you like to have, and all that aspect. So yeah, I would say the overall of the universal year of 8, for as like the chakra focus, is the sacral chakra. All right, so in the middle of the year, which will be the summertime, between summer and fall, right? I would say we're going to be dealing with the heart sector in that matter, because of the strength of a Leo, because Leo is not only heart centered, so Leos are associated with the heart chakra, but I also associate with the sacral chakra as well, due to the fact that how did I associate Leo with the sacral chakra? I gotta figure out how I associate that with the sacral chakra as well. But I also associate Leo with the sacral chakra, even though most associate with the heart chakra, because of Leos having a big heart. So again, while we're working on creating or working on the relationships that we have amongst ourselves and each other, that is in the middle of the year, it's a great time to work at our heart center, making sure we are emotionally available for not only ourselves but for each other, so we can be able to have those healthy giving and receiving reciprocity, giving receiving relationships. Because if there's one taking giving than the other, then they're not gonna have enough energy to give. Just like on the other end, if the person keeps taking in the relationship, well, they don't have, not only they don't have nothing to give, but they just gonna keep taking until you don't have nothing to give at all. So that's why I say in the middle portion of the year, that is a great time for us to work at the heart center. That way we can be able to love on one another on a healthy spectrum and continue to have those boundaries when needed, as well as being at a heart center standpoint to where we are emotionally healed from situations that had transpired within our previous situations or current situations, so it won't seep into the next cycle, which comes to the end of the year. I say the chakra focus for the last portion of the year will be the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra deals with vision and clarity, okay? Because the heart is at the gateway between the physical and the spiritual essence of the energy centers. So with the third eye chakra is another sense of the five senses that you have. The five senses that you have is taste, smell, hear, see, and feel. Okay, so with the sixth sense, that's dealing with the spiritual eye, your discernment, your inner knowing, right? So once you're able to create from what your heart desires, you'll be able to have the vision and the clarity. You'll be in that visionary standpoint and take that active approach to be a helping hand for not only yourself but for the greater good. Okay, so that's how I came across of the chakra focus and how we could and how that can tailor into what has been explained before, because not only we're out of Aquarius season, but we're in the age of Aquarius where things are shedding light from what has been hidden. Okay, and when you have been led on blindly for so long, and once you start to see things for what it is without that rose colored glasses, then you're like, okay, I need to go ahead and deprogram, unlearn what I have unlearned so I can be able to enlarge my territory surrounding me, so I can be able to be my best self. So I won't have to repeat any patterns that was once passed down before, whether it was consciously or unconsciously, with that matter. But yeah, so that's what I have for you all regarding to the Universal Year of 8. So with that being said, that is all that I have for you guys. Feel free to chime down in the comment section below what you thought about this breakdown of the Universal Year of 8. I know it was a lot, but that's just how I roll. It's very my mind is very complex when it comes to breaking things down, and but it's complex in a good way. It's for the greater good. But I also have something for you all as well, is the 5-step guide to navigate the Universal Year of 8, that is available at the at a reasonable price, at a special price, to your liking. So if you like to gain access to that workbook journal, that will be linked to my link tree, and you can visit on my website to grab your copy for that matter. It's 105 pages of activities and information that you can have on your belt as you are navigating this year, and see how it works out for you. Let me know how that works out for you. And I thank you all for tuning in to this video. I thank y'all for being patient with me as well. For the newcomers, welcome. Welcome to my complex little world. But all in a nutshell, it's for the greater good. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Always remember to, well, before I say my ending closing, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. And of course, if you listen on a podcast, you can definitely always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next one.